we're talking about like posing and everything and kind of coming off with confidence. Can you talk about how to practice posing for those who are looking to compete in their first show? Because if you do go on stage for bodybuilding competition, the physique is a very important part with how you look. However, posing is extremely important as well. How did you practice that?
See, a lot of people wouldn't have done this. So when I was bulking to 230, I didn't have the best physique.
Mm-hmm.
However, I still practiced posing. And even though I didn't show off my best physique, posing is something that you can grow just through practice.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you can it's a skill that you can develop throughout the way.
Throughout the way, yeah.
So that means my only limitation is time. So rather than maybe while I'm on the cut, I practice posing, I would just practice posing throughout my bulk and cut, just so I can, one, just start off practicing, because I didn't know anything about posing. I just, I just saw myself in the mirror. I was like, oh, this looks good. And at some point, I started recording myself, just seeing how I would look. And I think that really shows, just filming yourself or just taking pictures shows your progress as well as what you really need to work on.
Mm-hmm.
Because likewise, I would continue to do my own research and see what makes good posing, and I'll try to imitate that. And whenever there was someone posing in the locker room or at Remac, shout out to JC.
JC.
I saw him posing in his transition, and immediately I was stoked. I was oh, someone else who did bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So I was asking him on some tips, how to do pointers.
Yeah.
On my posing. I would do that for anyone who seemed to have experience in terms of bodybuilding. I just try to go up to people oh, you seem very knowledgeable. Let's see what's something I can learn from you.
Yeah.
That I can take in and develop for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think just being curious and
asking questions.
Yeah, asking questions and always being a student for life, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at the point where I know I need to kind of let go of my ego.
Your whole life, just live and let go.
Pretty much.
Just keep learning. And
exactly. And it's you have a whole different perspective, because I really love learning.
Yeah.
And I think that part of me really helped me progress throughout the way in terms of my career, in terms of my fitness goal, in terms of everything. Mm-hmm. I really just I even asked Angelo for some advice, honestly. But other than that, just don't be afraid to ask questions. You always gonna start somewhere. No one is a natural born,
anything.
Yeah. Unless you are. Kudos to you. Yeah, kudos to you.
Top 0.0.
But for the rest of us, I wasn't born with amazing genetic. At one point, I had very narrow shoulder and a wide waist. It wasn't a look that I enjoyed at all. And I just started learning from other people. I started just again, depleting my ego and strive out to find either mentors or anyone who had knowledge on what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
And overall, I just developed my posing to the point where I enjoyed it. Another thing is consistency.
Consistency is key for anything.
Oh, because whenever, this is what Arnold say, whenever he finished with a set, he would pose in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just so he can have a better mind-muscle connection with the muscle he's working out.
Whoa, interesting.
And it adds a little bit more time for him to practice his posing.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Arnold is a busy man.
Yeah.
So whenever he gets more time to pose or do whatever he needs to do, he's just overall getting more time. So let's say I'm posing in between my set and after the locker room, compared to just doing after the locker room or after working out. I would essentially just have more time that I practice posing than if I was just posing at the locker room. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Again, it's something that you can practice and something that's developed with time.
Yeah.
So the whole process is just consistency.
Agree.
And that's one of my biggest tips.
So just consistency, always posing, always asking questions, and then you're recording yourself too a ton, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound difficult, but the motivation to just keep striving for that, I think it's one of the biggest like issue with most people.
Yeah.
But if you really want to do something, I really wanted to do my best, absolutely kill it at the show.
Yeah.
So I had all the motivation in the world.
To keep going. Tommy's right there. I agree. If you just literally show up every day, even if you feel like not doing it, even if you have a bad day when you're posing, when you're working out, whatever it may be you're trying to do in this life, you will beat like 99% of people, because a lot of people, whatever they do, they just kind of give up because they don't feel like it today, right? And Tommy showed up every day to pose. He showed up every day to work out. He showed up every day to do cardio. And maybe some days may have not been the best cardio session, the best lifting session, but because he just put the reps in, everything panned out. And you never lose this game of life if you never give up.
Honestly.
So that is the truth. Like, anything you want in this world, show up every day, never give up, and you will win. That's the whole thing.
I do believe that too, because like I'm always in the mentality that like, see, whatever, I always kind of just like try to add in a little bit more. Like, wow, I stopped at 9, however my competitor could be doing more, so I have to put in the work.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of what you do, do one extra rep, make one extra sales call, do one extra meeting, do one extra like interview. I think that little tiny step is make or break.
Exactly.
And if you can do that, like if you can do even like one extra thing every single day, that adds up.
No, I agree. And thank you for sharing that, right? You guys got like a kind of mindset, or a look into Tommy's mindset as he's kind of achieving all these amazing things with his life is very inspirational.
I appreciate that.
So I want to give you your flowers. Tommy's actually graduating in about a month now from when time of this recording. And you, I want to talk about your plans after graduation. You said you're going to get into training. So Tommy's links are all down below, guys. Take a look at that. Where are you going to go work? And then what are you planning to do? And kind of what are you going to be training people for?
So right now, my goal is to first graduate. But likewise, I would love to work as a trainer for now, as well as hopefully I will be going back to my last internship at FlexBike. And hopefully I can increase my work experience for that, since I do want to get my MBA. And of course, higher education, guys. But with EOS, it's actually a really cool job because right now, when I am still in school, it works with my schedule so well. Since I don't have a 9 to 5, I actually set up my own schedule.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, they gave me the tool. So they gave me the tool and the client where I can organize them. So if my class is around 11 to 3, I could schedule people either in the morning and at night, like perfectly working and being a student as well. And I think that flexibility really helps me, one, manage this lifestyle, as well as just showing me that it really shows me scheduling skills. And I think that's one of the biggest issue that I had at the beginning. But now that I'm more aware of deadlines, scheduling, everything actually falls into place. And for me, now talking about training, I am mostly a hypertrophy and weight loss coach.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
So one of my biggest skill is that I can help people feel the muscle of whatever they're working. And that's how I kind of illustrate that to any potential client. Because anybody can, go online and be like, oh, bicep curls for bicep.